What is going on? The Colorado Buffaloes. What? I mean, literally, I am recording with Jay over at Unfair Sports. You guys need to go over there and jump over to that video if you have not watched it already. But we're literally recording about the rumors of Colorado to the Big 12. And then it's freaking confirmed while we're talking about it. Guys, this is big. And it's not big just because Colorado is returning back to the Big 12 after they left several years ago. It's big because there's going to be massive recruiting implications to the Colorado Buffaloes and Coach Prime. And guys, this staff has done a really good job at recruiting in the Midwest, and it's only going to continue. But before we dive into it, before we talk about it, go ahead and hit that like and hit the subscribe button and jump down in the comments below and let me know what y'all's thoughts are about Colorado going back to the Big 12. But I got to start off with saying I'm disappointed because my Sooners are leaving the Big 12, and I'm not going to get to watch them play Colorado at least once. Oh, I'm so sad and torn apart. But Coach Prime and the Colorado Buffaloes, they will be going to the Big 12 in 2024. And here's why this is big. Because Colorado was a founding member of the Big 12 and a former member before they left during the conference expansion, which took Nebraska to the Big 10. It took Texas A&M and Missouri to the SEC. And really the Big 12 now became the Big 8 and then ultimately became the Big 10 and became the Big 8. That's pretty much what they were. And you saw Oklahoma every single year have to go out there and really play all the conference games, play, I believe, what was the toughest conference schedule because you played everybody every single year, and go out there and show off and show out. But the Big 12 is losing their shining programs in Oklahoma and Texas, and this is where Colorado can step in and really make a new name for themselves. You've got Coach Prime coming in here trying to turn around the Colorado program, change what this Colorado program looks like, and going to the Big 12 where you could potentially be a top 3 team every single year. I'm not going to say they can win the Big 12 every year because, we need to see that 1-11 team really turn it around. But I would be safe to say they could be a top 3 team every single year because when you look at what this could do for Colorado on the recruiting trail, this is where, as a Colorado Buffalo fan, I think you guys should be excited. And the reason being is because if you're Colorado, you can now sell the idea to recruits. You get to play TCU. You get to play Baylor. You get to play Tech. You get to play Houston. You get to play these Texas schools, and your parents don't have to travel far from home to come watch you. Because believe it or not, that's actually a part of the decision that goes into recruits making a decision. They want their parents, their family to be able to watch them. And when you travel 500-600 miles away from home, it's hard. When you're in Oklahoma, you are in the central, or not Oklahoma, when you are in the Big 12, you are in the central part of America. You are in the middle of everything. So whether you get a guy out in Florida or you get a guy out in California, your people can pretty much meet you in the middle. They can watch you in the middle. But Texas has always been a state that has produced highly sought after recruits. And the Colorado Buffaloes threw out a lot of top tier Texas offers. They threw out an offer to the number 1 running back in the country, Taylor Tatum, who ultimately ended up committing to the University of Oklahoma. They threw an offer out to a 5-star wide receiver in Bryant Wesco out of Midlothian, Texas. And when you look at what, we've talked about so often, Colorado needing to really work on the trenches and rebuilding there, the amount of offers they threw out to defensive and offensive linemen in that state, that's where you really want to say, can Texas go out there and start winning those guys? Because if they can go out there and they can convince some of these guys to basically come to Colorado because you're going to play a Texas team 2 to 3 times a year, not to mention the Big 12 championship game is in Texas, that's intriguing for recruits because, again, they're not having to travel far. Now, the question is is Coach Prime already utilizing this pitch to be able to get guys interested and get guys to commit to Colorado? I think only time will tell. But as we are coming up on the expectation date of Charles Lester potentially committing to the Colorado Buffaloes on Friday, which, by the way, could just do wonders for Coach Prime and that program. You have to imagine that if they can land Charles Lester and get up to 9 commits in this class, get a 5-star corner, it's going to drum up a lot of excitement for the Colorado Buffaloes, and not only the move to the Big 12, but what Coach Prime is doing on the recruiting trail. Kids are going to want to be a part of this rebuild. They're going to want to be a part of what Coach Prime is going to sell to them. And Coach Prime is going to sell to them this fact of, we are going to run the Big 12. We are going to go there and we are going to try to be the big brand of that conference. And really, I think right now, it's up for the taking. So you look at it, in 2024, the college football playoff expands to 12 teams. The idea of Colorado making the college football playoffs in 2024 is a very realistic idea. If they turn around this season and win 4 or 5 games, and then let's say next season they've got some returning guys, they've had a strong recruiting class, they go to the transfer portal, take a couple more key dudes, you realistically could see Colorado trying to vie for a Big 12 championship and vie for a college football playoff spot. There has never been a time that is easier in this sport to turn around a program from nothing and turn it into a national contender. Look at USC and Lincoln Riley. Now, I get it. Much different situation in terms of the talent that he's bringing versus what Coach Prime is bringing. But still, at the end of the day, if Coach Prime is able to convince elite recruits and elite transfers to come to Colorado, and this staff is as elite as we make them out to be, full of NFL caliber coaches, elite recruiters across the industry, then yes, the Colorado Buffaloes can do it. Now, it's a far-fetched hot take. Some of you guys are going to jump down in the comments and call me crazy. But that's kind of what we're here to talk about. We're kind of here to talk about the craziness. We're kind of here to talk about the hot takes. But ultimately, the big news of the day is Coach Prime, the Colorado Buffaloes, they are going to the Big 12. Coach Prime can sell the idea that he is going to play these Texas schools. You want to be a part of what he's building. You want to be a part of the Coach Prime brand at Colorado. And guys, I know we really haven't talked a lot about Coach Prime, but here's the deal. It's been kind of slow for Colorado, and that's okay because recruiting will pick up as the season goes along and recruits kind of see what is going on with Colorado and the turnaround that he is making at Colorado. So guys, I want to hear from you. Jump down in the comments below. Let me know what y'all's thoughts are about this just massive shakeup with conference realignment.